Welcome to The Desert Scene with Bonnie G from the Mutual Broadcasting System, where we explore the vibrant world of arts, culture, and entertainment in the desert. Join us as we uncover the hidden gems and shining stars that make this arid landscape burst with creativity. Brought to you by El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City, where authentic cuisine meets affordable prices. Diving into the desert oasis of talent and inspiration, here's Bonnie.
And welcome to the Desert Scene. Very happy to have you here. And we're happy to welcome to the show Howard Shangraw, who is going to tell us about a very special production, CV Rep Youth production, called Before the Bell, coming up pretty soon. Hi, Howard. How are you?
Hi, Bonnie. I'm very well. How are you doing?
Good. So this is a CV Rep Youth production, and I'm learning a little bit about this, that CV Rep, a priority is to present an annual production for the Valley students that is socially relevant in today's world, and gosh knows this is. So tell us a little bit about the annual production in general, how you got involved, and then specifically about this one, Before the Bell.
Okay, great. Well, yes, this is part of CV Rep's outreach for the youth production. I am the director of the Conservatory and Youth Outreach, and I've been doing this now for 2 years. And we do a play with all high school talent, and we invite, free of charge, all the high schools that would like to come and see this show, and we perform it for over 14,000 students, and it's a socially relevant piece. And this year we're doing a play called Before the Bell, and it's this fascinating look at bullying. And we look at bullying in this play in three different perspectives. We look at it from the point of view of the poor kid that gets bullied, and we look at it from the perspective of the kids who stand around and watch it happen and do nothing, whether it's out of fear or whatever. And then we look at it from the point of view of the bulliers. Wow. And it's that same moment in time that leads up to this physical altercation, and it's fascinating because it teaches us and exposes all of us in the audience to a different understanding and an empathy for everyone involved.
What a great idea. Yeah, so it's not just from one perspective, because I think people are used to maybe seeing something only from the perspective of the person being bullied. But
right.
So who wrote this? Where did this play come from?
This is written by a man named Kerry Kazmierczak. It's a very difficult name to pronounce.
Okay.
And I found it because of last year's production. I was looking around for things to do, and we did something on teen suicide. And I found this piece, and I was really blown away by the idea behind it.
And so you direct this, correct?
And I'll direct this, yes. And we have students in it that are from Desert Hot Springs High, Rancho Mirage High, Palm Springs High School, Cathedral City High School, and we were lucky enough to get a couple of kids who are doing an online homeschool.
Oh, great. Now, something like this, and how large a cast is it?
This is a very large cast. It's 12 kids. Okay. And we also have a student assistant director from Palm Springs and a student assistant stage manager, also from Palm Springs High. So they're getting the whole, picture of what it takes to produce theater, plus the moment that we learn about some socially relevant things. And it's just a really great inversion into everything that we do here at the theater.
And something like this, do you often get... I know you have a Q&A afterwards, so I'm sure obviously kids in the audience, but even the kids in the cast, do you find that many of them can relate to this and maybe have had experiences one way or another, been touched by bullying?
Yeah, Bonnie, it's kind of incredible. We were talking about this at one of our very first rehearsals, and the kids were kind of, a little resistant to talk about it. And then once the conversation got going, it was kind of eye-opening because now, there's cyberbullying. And, so all the stuff that these kids were sharing, once they got comfortable with everybody in the room, it was really like, wow, this really kind of is a pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I mean, sorry, an epidemic for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. So did this in the play, I don't want you to give too much away, but are things kind of resolved at the end of this play, if you will?
What's interesting, no, I think what's interesting is there are like 5 or 6 main characters, but this playwright has sort of incorporated a Greek chorus of students, and they're the ones that sort of act as the voices of those who stood by out of fear, or they thought it was fun, or whatever. So they keep after each of the scenes, and then we go back in this wrinkle of time to redo the scene from another point of view. The Greek chorus sort of opens up every opinion that you could possibly have, and we are left with, well, how would we deal with this?
Right.
Do we understand? We learn. I think we learned that maybe the kid that was the bullier comes from a place that's his natural go-to, and so there's an empathy for him, even though what he did was, pretty bad.
Yeah. So
they leave this. It's really cool because they leave the audience really thinking, and it opens up that discussion.
And the Q&A, because you did a similar production last year, but on the suicide. The Q&A, do you find that the kids in the audience are readily willing to talk and ask questions?
Yeah, I think that surprised me the most last year. Because, excuse me, because the kids were being interviewed by the cast came out. And the kids in the audience started asking very personal questions, and they started sharing.
Yeah.
So it was a really great experience, I think.
Yeah. And now, so the kids are bused to the theater, correct?
Correct.
And so,
from their high schools.
And so, how many performances do you do of this?
We're doing 2 weeks. We're doing 6 performances: a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday the following week, and they're all pretty much full with all the different high schools.
Excellent.
So it's really an excellent thing. And these kids, and that's the exciting thing, is just to hear the audience reaction and then start sharing.
Yeah.
We have, we'll have a guidance counselor there, and they'll talk about experiences and bullying. And this is like October is Anti-Bully Awareness and Prevention Month. So this is like an introduction and a prologue to that discussion that they're going to be having in school.
Yeah, excellent. We're going to take a real quick break here on the Desert Scene. We're talking to Howard Shangraw from CV Rep Youth Production. Before the bell, we'll be right back.
Craving a delicious meal that won't break the bank? Look no further than El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City. At El Portal, we pride ourselves on offering family-friendly dining with affordable prices on our authentic Mexican cuisine. Owner Victor Lucurcio and his dedicated staff make you feel like part of the family. Whether you choose to dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, you can always count on fresh, mouth-watering dishes that will transport you to the heart of Mexico. Enjoy discounts throughout the week and explore one of the Valley's best selections of tequila to complement your meal. Join us for live entertainment on Friday evenings and consider El Portal for your next special occasion with our catering services. Visit eatatelportal.com for more details and discover why El Portal Mexican Restaurant has become a culinary gem in the desert. El Portal, located 1 block south of Ramon on Day Palm and Via Olivera.
And we're back with Howard Shangraw. So I want to ask you, you also, I know, are in charge of the Conservatory. I'm sure in your career you've directed both children and adults, teens and adults. Do you find, is there much of a different process for you as a director, adults versus high school kids?
I think no, because where I come from, I think, what I want to get from everybody is a truth. And I think sometimes it's harder to get to that truth with adults. Sometimes it's easier.
Yeah.
And I think my process is offering enough sort of techniques and toolbox skills and let the student, the actor, work the best way from all these skills that they get introduced to. So I think that it's more for me, it's as rewarding with both of them.
Yeah.
Both age groups. Yeah. I love it.
Tell us just a real short encapsulated version of your background, and are you a desert native, and how long you've been directing? Just a short version.
Okay, well, no, I'm not a desert native. I'm originally from New England. I was in New York City doing my time there, and then moved to L.A. and was doing film and TV. Got hooked up with South Coast Repertory as a resident actor for 27 years. Took over the Idlewild Arts chair of the theater department.
Excellent.
Was the artistic director at the High Desert Cultural Center, and now I'm here.
Wow, that's a great career. So tell us a little bit about the Conservatory. Now, the kids that are in this production, are they,
yes.
I'm sure they auditioned, do many of them come from the conservatories?
This is part of the Conservatory,
okay.
And we go to their schools and we audition them. So, yeah, they are part of the Conservatory for the youth. And the adult classes in the evening, they just apply and start taking classes with us, and we've got 4 classes running right now.
And so if somebody now, so the kids, the production of For the Ball is pretty much filled up with all the high school kids. So that's pretty much filled up. But as far as the Conservatory, did you just start this season on that? Are there any classes that people could still sign up for at this point?
At this point, we don't have any youth conservatory classes because of the school starting up. Okay. We had a summer program, and we did a youth TYA youth production for them called Snow White.
Okay.
And we are looking at possibilities of expanding the TYA and also doing a summer youth production.
Okay, and Matt, you also teach an adult class?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And tell us about how many people are in your class, the adult class?
My adult class, I have 8 adult acting students. I'm teaching an acting class, and I have 8. And we just started last Tuesday, and we're working together right up for 9 weeks, and we're going to end it with a showcase of the scene work and monologues that we've worked on in class.
Excellent. Do you find that's is that a good number? I'm not in class. I'm not taking acting. So I think smaller is often better when something like that. You don't want to get too big.
Yes, a lot of the adults are new to it. Some of them have done more, some in college and some community theater. So a smaller group is best because you can really get into the nitty-gritty and really dig around in there, which is great.
Now, do you ever these days still do any performing yourself? Or you're pretty busy with directing and teaching and all that.
Yes, I still do some performing. I recently did a couple of shows with the David Green's MTU.
Okay.
So I've done that. I've done a couple of film spots recently. Stage work, not so much, just because I have been so busy. But that's my love, is working on the stage in the theater.
Yeah. And as far as, are you already searching, or have you already found, let's say, the script for the show that you're going to do for the CV youth production next season? Are you already looking for that, or do you have something in mind already?
No, I'm already looking for that, and I've got, I was, like I told you, I was with South Coast Repertory, which is a regional theater in Costa Mesa, California, Tony Award-winning theater, and I was working with them, and I've got great contacts and friends that teach in their conservatory program. So I'm reaching out to find out what might be successful for us for next year.
Yeah.
Haven't made my mind up yet.
Okay. So if somebody wanted to find out, let's say, more about the conservatory, maybe sign up for classes next time, or even buy tickets for other shows at CV Rep. So the box office is 760-296-2966.
Correct.
Extension 107. 760.
Correct.
296-2966, extension 107. Website is www.cvrep.org. Howard Shangraw, what a great idea, what a great program to have at CV Rep and the outreach. I think it's important for theaters to not only put on great shows, but yet reach out to the community as well. And anti-bullying is really important. Thank you so much for doing the show and for being here today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Bonnie. It was wonderful talking with you.
All right. Thank you, Howard. And we'll see the rest of you next time on The Desert Scene.
The Desert Scene is a production of the Mutual Broadcasting System and is sponsored by El Portal Mexican Restaurant. Eat at elportal.com.